Jonas, and I want to show you a new toy I have. It's the Versalio Deluxe 9-in-1. Amazing little toy. Now, I can do pasta in one little appliance where I can do both boiling the pasta, making the sauce, and finishing it just with this one thing. Put it on my boil function, put some salt in your pasta water. This will flavor the noodles better. Now, how much pasta? About 1 peso diameter is good for about one person, so this is good for about 2. When your water is in a rolling boil, spread out your pasta, and once it starts softening up, just make sure you're moving it around so it doesn't stick together. Now, ingredients I have. This is a Provencal style pasta, so it's a tomato-based pasta, and in this case, because I'm looking for convenience, I'm using canned tuna, I'm using chopped garlic, onions, olives, because that's very Provencal, capers, I love that salty flavor, anchovies gives it a nice salty level. To bring the fragrance level up, I'm using fresh basil. Now, I'm using canned tomato sauce. A thing with tomatoes, it's almost as good canned as it is fresh. It doesn't lose much being canned, right? Separating it now will prevent it from sticking together. This says about 8 to 10 minutes. So I'll cover that, let it heat up. I'll see you. So my pasta's about done. I take it out, conveniently in its own basket. What's up, right? Shake off the excess water, cool it down in a nice tray. And guys, please do not rinse it under cold water. Then you just wasted all this salt, right? Oops. Because you're gonna wash away the surface salt. Now, put a little bit of oil while you're cooling it down. Plus, do save some of the pasta water. You can pour some on it now, and that will also help give moisture to this sauce when you're cooking the sauce, right? Turn this off for a little bit. I'll dump the water. I'll finish the sauce here. So I dumped the water, wiped it out a little bit, excess moisture. So I have to set my Versalio Deluxe to saute. It's about 140 degrees Celsius. Have some chopped onions here. You can use shallots, you can use whatever, right? When I cook with garlic and onions, I tend to put a little bit of salt on it just to make sure that it doesn't burn quickly because there are a lot of sugars in the onions. And the salt will release the moisture from the onions and the garlic as well. So that not only does it cook better, taste better, it also does not burn as quickly, right? So in goes garlic, boom, boom, boom. Kind of salt. So let me chop up some of these capers. And be careful when you're using capers. They're quite salty, but they give you a nice fragrant burst of flavor. So got my capers nice and chopped. Couple anchovies, really salty, so be careful with it. Now these are salted in olive oil, so do make sure to pay attention to what you're buying. Pop those in, and that's a burst of flavor. Oh, smells so good, right? I know you can smell it. Pop in some olives. You can use green olives as well. I just like the color of the black olives. Canned tuna, make sure to drain your canned tuna because you don't want too much moisture, right? I'm using canned tomato sauce. You can use fresh tomatoes. You can use canned chopped tomatoes. Now, I'm gonna use some fresh basil. Now, fresh basil is cheap anyway, and it's available everywhere. So I like to cut my basil nice and thin, like a chiffonade, so it gets as much flavor as possible. And basil, I always add last minute. Especially with fresh herbs, you want to add them last minute because they lose their potency once they get cooked. Mix it up. Best part of this thing, the finishing. Toss your pasta in. And the most amazing thing about my new Versalio Deluxe, I did this all in this one thing. Less cleanup, right? The only thing I need to clean up is this little vessel right here. I'll add a little bit of the pasta water I saved just to add some moisture. The pasta absorbs some moisture really quickly, and you're gonna end up with some dry pasta. We're done. That's simple. Provencal tuna pasta. Basil, tomato, olives, anchovies. Really fresh, really flavorful, super convenient, and only have this to clean up. So for more cooking tips, amazing recipes, cool appliances, and maybe even more me, don't forget to check out our social media and our hashtags Experience Tefal and live healthy, stay happy.